Well, there we go. We are recording. So how are you coping?
Hey Shannon, I'm doing just fine. I have moved everything from my office to my home.
Mhm.
I've got my stand-up desk and my tall chair. Um, I normally stand at the office, so I was missing that drastically and everything. So, but now I feel like I'm right at home.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to share positive information and hoping that everyone stays inside and stays isolated.
I will admit I'm a little jealous of the stand-up desk. It's been on my wish list for quite some time.
Well, we will talk afterwards and I'll tell you where I got it from and everything. So, but yeah, we're just sort of trying to keep everything normal, trying to get everything closed that we've got closed.
Mhm.
I deal mostly with investment properties. Right now, the residential real estate is boom, 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 boom because of interest rates.
Right.
I deal mostly with investment properties. So everything I've got pending seems to be going along really smoothly.
Good.
So now I think it's just going to be sort of a wait and see what happens. Interest rate for investment properties have gone a little cuckoo right now.
I've heard that.
So I think it's going to be sort of a wait. But from what I'm hearing and from what I'm reading, um, warehouse space is going to benefit greatly from this
Mhm.
just because of distribution centers. And I think more people will be manufacturing in the United States now instead of overseas.
That'd be good.
That'd be good. And then also they said multifamily, you got to have a place to live.
Right.
I think a lot of the landlords are going to be working with their tenants. I know I called one of mine today. She works in a daycare, and she only had 2 weeks worth of payments. And I told her, I said, if you can pay me on time, we'll knock some money off of your rent for the next 2 months,
Nice.
just to keep her up to date so that she doesn't get behind.
I currently rent here in Conway, and I have rental property back home in Texas. I've yet to hear anything from my landlord here in Conway, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna. I mean, he's got to make his money too. But I did extend the offer to my tenant in Texas, and I said, "You just keep me updated because I get it." And so he was very appreciative because some people are not going to be able to work.
Right.
So you and I are both fortunate that we can. And while I do have kids here, I'm just blessed that I'm able to get some stuff done. So I'm sure
Right.
you are too.
Right. I am. And right now, for the next couple months until this blows over, what I'm trying to be is an information giver,
Mhm.
because I'm getting different informations from different sources. And I'm just trying to share that information so everyone just sort of, it's just a time to stay calm, stay put,
Stay
and just let it
quarantined.
pass. Yeah, yeah. And by June, everything will be blown over. They're predicting the fourth quarter to have an increase, and then 2021 to have a increase of about 3.5%.
Hmm.
So in gross revenue, so everything's gonna get back to real quick.
That's good. I know that, there's probably going to be a lot of businesses suffer through this time, but, all we can do is just reach out, lend that helping hand, and just try to provide the resources that we can to help them bounce back when the time is right.
Right,
Excuse me.
right.
So,
Well, a good thing is I also read that in China, when they stopped the coronavirus from spreading,
mhm.
it has only taken them 6 weeks to get 80% of the retail back open,
Nice.
85% of the Starbucks back open, and 100% of the e-commerce.
Nice.
So that was only 6 weeks. So if everyone to stay in, let's get the stuff going. everything's going to get back open, and because this is not an economic downturn.
Hmm.
I don't think people are going to be losing their houses. I think most people are steady. The federal government's going to step in on homeowners and help them with mortgage forbearance, but that just defers the mortgage. So if
Hmm.
you can make it, I'd go ahead and make it, because you got to make it eventually.
I saw something come across Facebook about that, but I didn't have time to research it because I try to research as much as I can. But that's going to be a huge help to, homeowners in the area, just in the United States in general.
Right. And then on the larger apartment complexes, they've come out and said that they will do mortgage forbearance for people for the large complexes if you don't evict anyone.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So, they're putting stipulations on it on the investors and things like that. So they're not going to have the delay on the payment
Hmm.
if they want to evict anyone. So
I
I
would.
think most people are sort of trying to help tenants out,
Hmm.
because landlords don't want to lose long-term tenants. They want to work with them.
I know. Like I said, my tenant's only been. He'll be in there. His second month is in April, so he hasn't been there that long. But just I couldn't imagine, if I was in a position where I couldn't work, where I would be so stressed out as to how I was going to make my rent payment here. I would
Right.
just be beside myself, especially I've been here for almost 2 years. So, but like I said, I'm one of the blessed few that can say, hey, I can still do what I was doing. It's different, but I can still do it.
Right.
So,
Right. So, and we're still listing and selling. Some of the states, though, are not like that.
mm-hmm.
I think it's New York and Ohio, maybe I read. I might be wrong on those two states, but they have if you're out showing property, you're going to get fined. So they've
I've heard
shut.
that there's a lot of stipulations. I know an insurance agent that is stationed in New York and New Jersey, and it's pretty crazy up there compared to here.
Right.
They're
Right.
more populated and all that stuff, but it's pretty intense up there.
Right.
So
Right.
I
So we're
think,
lucky that we have some space.
yeah, I think that the my personal opinion is, whether you think that it's a huge disastrous virus or not, just be safe for other people and just play it safe and just stay as far away from other people as you can. Keep your hands clean, do all the things we're suggested to do anyway, and eventually we'll figure it out. It'll get over with.
Right. Right.
So
No, I agree. And like I said, right now I'm just, calling people I've known in the past, calling people I know that are investors, and just
mm-hmm.
saying, hey, what can I do for you? Do you need any help? Do you need information?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to, can I help you with anything?
I
So,
did that this morning with my current clients. I had created, I think you've seen it, the Facebook group that I'm in. And I sent an email link to all of my clients that said, hey, you can reach me here. You can view this page for different resources. And just to kind of get the word out that there's online things available for you to look at. And, of course, I'm available to them too. But I'm trying to do my part too. Sometimes with what I'm doing here, it's kind of easier for me to just blast everybody at one time and say, hey, let's help each other this way. Because that seems to be what's working on my side.
right, right. So, but yeah, we're going to all get through this. And, like I said, by the fourth quarter, everyone's going to be back to work. Everything's going to be going up. I'm very optimistic, but, my cup is always half full, never half empty. So,
Yes, exactly. If you're always looking at the negative, your life is always going to be negative.
right.
So speak life into everything we do, and eventually you'll see brightness.
I agree. I agree. So, if there's anyone out there that's thinking about some investment properties, uh, let me know. And I would like to invite everyone that's listening to this on March 31st. When we post this, I can maybe, Shannon, let me put the Zoom number, but we're going to have a Zoom investment where I'm going to show you how to raise the values of your properties.
Nice. Okay.
So, if anyone might be interested in that, we'd love to have them come because there's all kinds of way to raise values of your investment properties and things like that.
Do you mind if I mention one thing? A lot of people are worried about, their loss of income during this time and things like that if they are out of work. One of the things that is heavy on my heart as an insurance agent is your credit score while you're going through all of this plays a huge factor in your insurance rates. And so if you plan on shopping your insurance as a way to save money down the road, don't wait until your mortgage is late, your credit cards are stacked up. Now is the time to shop, whether it be, whatever agent you want to choose to shop with. Now would be the time to shop those rates to see if there's a way you can save money while you're not working.
Right. And that's another reason why you need to go ahead, if you are out of work, go ahead and call your mortgage company and get on that mortgage forbearance, because that way, it's better to delay it until you get back to work than let your credit get messed up right now. And even car places are doing it. If you got a car loan, call them up, tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
Everyone is ready to help people because, like I said, this is not like 2008 when it was an economic turn down. It's more of a we can't get out to work because there's a virus around and turn down. So, but yeah, definitely, because you want your credit to stay up. I'm glad you brought that up because that's the most important thing that you want.
Yes, and that's a long term. I've been at a point in my life where my credit was just, and it takes longer to fix it than it does later on down the road than it does to mess it up.
Right.
So I think that's very important for people to go ahead. If you can refi your home, do it now. If you can, shop your insurance, do it now. If you can roll over those credit cards, do it now. I mean, now's the time to get that done.
And I have talked to one mortgage person who I use on a regular basis, and he said right now interest rates are going crazy. 1 hour they might be 3.75, the next hour they're 4.2, the next hour they're 4.75, then they come back down to the 3.75. They're just all over the board. And he also said that, if you've got the lower your credit rate, the less likely anyone's going to give you a loan right now. They're still giving loans out, but they're making sure that you've got a high credit score, like above 625.
Right.
Because if it's lower than that, and you normally could get a loan like at 580, but the lower it is, the higher the interest rate, and the less likely the investors are wanting to take that on right now.
Yeah, and you really can't blame them, especially right now.
Right.
So.
Right. But the good thing is there's lots of help out there. Everyone is friendly this time, unlike 2007 and 6 when everything was going down. I think I've seen more friendly people than I have in a long time.
I know that there are several companies that are just automatically, offering that helping hand to say, hey, we're going to help you with your payments. We're going to do this. We're going to do that to try to soften the blow. I know that before I even shut down my office, Farmers had sent us a letter saying, let your clients know that we are, we're here to help them through this. And it may not be, they'll just kind of push it towards the end of the term and just make it a little bit easier on everybody. I know we're not the only ones. I know there's several companies that are doing it, and I think it's great.
Right.
So, well, I personally hear children banging on my door.
So, Mom, we're home.
Yeah, they're like, hey. So
it's that snack time, isn't it?
It's always snack time. Always.
Well, especially with the growing boys, I think they're just like endless pits that just eat and eat, eat and eat and grow.
Yeah.
So, well, Shannon, it was great. We're going to keep working from home,
Yes.
and we will talk to you later.
All right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Pause, stop recording.